We are all taught that it's important to go after your dreams, and it's never too late to start reaching for your goals and to achieve what you've always wanted to achieve. For one author and illustrator, he simply could have given up, but he was well into his adulthood before he was ever even published for the first time. But his hard work paid off, because now he's an award-winning, well-known author and illustrator. For my speech, I have selected Ashley Bryan, and I have chosen his work, Beautiful Blackbird, to be my example for this speech. A little about Bryan. He was born in New York City on July 13th, 1923. He was born in Harlem, but he was raised in the Bronx. He was actually raised in a very artistic family. His father was a painter with a slight obsession with birds. Bryan once counted the number of caged birds in his house, and it was about 100. When he got older, he attended Cooper Union for art, and his story is very interesting because he was the first African American to ever receive a scholarship from Cooper Union. Bryan applied to other art schools, but he was rejected because of race. But at Cooper Union, the way they did admissions was they didn't look at your name, they didn't look at any of your information, they just sat your art down and looked at it, and if it was good, you got a scholarship. So he was very lucky in that aspect. A little after he graduated, he was drafted for World War II. And he always kept a sketch pad in his gas mask, so he was always drawing when he had a chance, and he created what might be the only visual record of the segregated army in Europe. After that was over, he went to Columbia for his master's, and he studied philosophy, and then he also went to Europe and studied. As I said earlier, he was not published until he was about 40. He was the first African American to be both an author and an illustrator for a kid's book. He earned 2 American Library Association awards, including 2009 Wilder Medal and a 2012 King Hamilton Award. He won not 1, but 2 Coretta Scott King Awards. One was Beat the Story Drum Pum Pum in 1981, and the other one was for Let It Shine, 3 Favorite Spirituals in 2008. He's also been the runner-up many, many times for lots of his books for the Coretta Scott King Award, including for the book Beautiful Blackbird. So I think it's a good time to talk about his art. It's a very unique art style. It's very expressionistic from what I can tell. Is like it's very like geometric and like well-defined shape. Like this is a bird, and like the eyes are just like plain circles, and the arms are very like triangular. And it's basically just cut out shapes of what looks to be like construction paper. And there's lots of bright colors. It's just a very unique style. So from what I can tell, I would call it very expressionistic. It's not very realistic, and it's maybe slightly surrealistic because the birds are talking to each other and they're dancing in like these big groups, and obviously it's not something that birds normally do. So overall, it took him a long time to become a successful author and have the time and do all the illustrating. But his hard work obviously paid off, and now he has the Coretta Scott King Awards, and we have wonderful works of his, such as Beautiful Blackbird. So thank you.